Okay, so here is the H-3 video. And in the last video, I introduced this thing called Susan's table, which includes information that relates F and F prime. So this was the paper. I included it in your notes. We talked about local maxes and mins and, right in this table, we have the relationship between F and F prime. And then here, this is going to be in your notes again. So this is actually not the original Susan's table because I included the critical number part. And then I remembered that last year I put another little table off to the side. Okay, so Susan's table, which is not finished. Okay, it was the idea of this woman I met named Susan at an AP Calc conference, and it's not finished. We're actually going to have 3 columns and 6 rows altogether. But right now, all we care about is that if F is increasing, F prime is positive, and vice versa. If F is decreasing, F prime is negative, and vice versa. Local extrema on F correspond to sign changes on F prime. And then over here, this second little table that I added, you've got a critical number of F if F prime is 0 or undefined at that number. And last phase, we dealt with situations where we had to find the critical numbers in order to do like a number line test and find like intervals where F was increasing or decreasing. Okay, so we were finding critical numbers when we were setting F prime equal to 0. A local max on F, a max is a type of extrema, so there's gonna be a sign change, but over here I just laid out the specific type of sign change. So a local max on F will correspond to a positive to negative sign change on F prime. And then a local min, which is another type of extrema, so we're gonna see a sign change, corresponds to a negative to positive sign change on F prime. Okay, and please think about these things also, like think about why. If it's not clear automatically why, these should correspond, please take a moment to think about it. So, all right, so we're gonna do these problems using this information. Okay, so I'm gonna do numbers 1 and 2 from the practice. So you are given the graph of F or F prime. Use the graph to make the following determinations about F and F prime. So be very aware of the graph that you're looking at. So this is the graph of F. All right, this is the graph of F. So for part A, F prime is greater than 0 on, okay? So F prime is greater than 0 on, so F prime positive. All right, this is the graph of F. So, and we're asked a question about F prime. So let's think. F prime is positive if F is increasing. So we're looking, since we're dealing with the graph of F, we got to look for where F is increasing, and then that's going to tell us where F prime is positive. So this is F. It is increasing up to this value here. So it's from negative infinity up to -3. Okay, so F prime is positive on this interval because that's where F is increasing. Now we'll do part B. F prime is less than 0 on, okay? So F prime is less than 0 means F prime negative. That's going to happen where F is decreasing. Okay, so that would be from -3 to infinity from that interval. F prime equals 0 at, okay, F prime equals 0 at. So, you could use, you could think of a horizontal tangent. Okay, so F prime equals 0, that would be a horizontal tangent. So you see that it's, you could just tell that it's x equals 3. -3. But I also want to look here. Okay, no, I guess that's fine. Let's just do that. Okay, you could also see it from the tables, but I don't want to talk more than I need to. It's easier, I think, just to do that. All right, C. Now D. Now they're asking us questions about F. Okay, this is the graph of F. So they're asking us f equals 0 at. Well, guys, if you're looking at the graph of the thing, that's going to be 0 where it hits the x-axis. Okay, so f equals 0 at two places, -4 and 2. Okay, because this is the graph of f. And so it's going to equal 0, f equals 0 where it hits the x-axis. F is increasing on negative infinity to -3. That's kind of like part A. F is decreasing on F, G. F has a max at, okay, a max at is different than the max. Okay, so let me say, all right, so F has a max at -3. GH. F has a min. We don't have a min on this picture. I don't know, so what should I say? I don't know, NA. I think that means not applicable. Okay, because there's no min here. Or you could say no min. That would be fine. Or maybe I'll just say that. Okay, no min. HI. F max. Okay, so this is different than G. So F max at and F max are different. So F max at is asking for the X value where the max occurs, where the max value occurs. The max itself is going to be the Y value. So to get the max itself, you have to plug in, you know, the value at which the max occurs, and then you get out. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, that's the answer. But when you're stating the max, you need to either say, so I'll be like, or you could say 6 at x equals -3. When you are stating a maximum value, you need to state it in conjunction with the input where it occurs. So this, you could say this, 6, so the max is 6 at x equals -3. You could say that. But this, using function notation, is just a faster way of giving that same information. Okay, using this implies that 6 is occurring at -3. Okay, and then J, again, no min. All right, now let's do this one. Here, this is F prime. Okay, this is F prime. So for A, F prime is greater than 0 on, well guys, this is the graph of F prime. So if we're looking at the graph of F prime, it's going to be greater than 0 when it's above the x-axis. So -1 to 9. B, F prime is less than 0. F prime is less than 0 on, it'll be below the x-axis because this is the graph of F prime. A, B, C. F prime equals 0 at. Now guys, a lot of people would say, oh, at 4. But guys, F prime does not equal 0 at 4. F prime equals 10 at 4. So this is the graph of F prime. So it's going to equal 0. You're not looking for a horizontal tangent because this is the graph of F prime. You're looking instead for where it crosses the x-axis. So x equals -1, x equals 9. And guys, the stuff I'm saying, if it doesn't make sense, you got to stop and wrestle with it. You're going to get it, and it will stick in your brain more if you get it on your own. Okay, so part D, F equals 0 at. I guess we don't know. We can't even tell. F equals 0 at, can't tell. Yes, there is nothing in our information here. There's nothing where F is 0. If F is 0, that doesn't give you any information about F prime because Like say that this is F. Okay, like F is 0 here, but F prime is positive. F is 0 here, but F prime is negative. F is 0 here, and F prime is also 0. So if F is 0, it doesn't mean anything about F prime. So there's really nothing to say. So we could just be like, can't tell. We don't know. A, B, C, D, E. What is E? F is increasing on. Okay, so this is the graph of F prime. All right. We're looking for F increasing. F is going to be increasing when F prime is positive. Okay, so this is another way, of basically saying that we've got to look for where F prime is positive. So -1 to 9, EF. F is decreasing on. So F is decreasing when F prime is negative. This is the graph of F prime. EF, G. F has a max at, okay. A max on F is going to correspond, well, any extrema is going to correspond to a sign change. And that's going to happen where the graph of F prime crosses the x-axis. All right, so if you see F prime crossing the x-axis, that means it has a sign change. But it's the type of sign change that will tell us whether we're dealing with a max or a min. So right now they're asking for a max. So we're looking for a positive to negative sign change. All right, F prime positive to negative sign change. All right, well, I've got a sign change here and a sign change there. Oops. All right, this sign change here, that's from negative to positive. And then this sign change here is from positive to negative. So it's the positive to negative sign change on F prime that indicates a local max on F. All right, so it's the positive. So at x equals 9. So we don't know what the graph of F looks like. We can make some determinations, like we can tell where it's increasing and decreasing, and now we know that it has a local max at x equals 9. GH. A min at, F has a min at. A min is going to be from a negative to positive sign change. So a negative to positive sign change on F prime will indicate a min. So at x equals -1. Now I and J. Guys, I and J are asking us for the value, so the F max. So what is the maximum value of F? What is a local maximum value of F? F min, what is a local minimum value of F? We don't have the graph of F. We don't know, we don't have a way of like plugging these values into F. So we're going to be able to say, we're going to say can't tell. Can't tell. The only things that we're able to tell about F are the stuff indicated in these tables. Okay.